Most teams will be happy to leave South Africa with 5 points in the bank, but the Highlanders need more. They demand more from their team, and they take on the top South African franchise here, knowing that if they fail to get 4 points at least, their run to the playoffs might be a little more difficult than they would expect. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cool Plate Scribbly, home of Rugby Challenge 2 in the Highlanders' career, where we are cracking into round 13 now. And we take on from the bottom team in the Lions last week to the top side in the Sharks today. The Sharks are the best team in South Africa. They sit top of the table with a 7-win, 3-loss record, and their recent form going into today's match is a bye, which is very refreshing for the players. But before that, the last time we seen them out here on the field, they thrashed the Cheetahs 41-13. Now, an interesting thing about the Sharks, they've gone along with the Crusaders here and having no scrum half in their squad. It will be filled with Ndingane in the number 9 jumper, which is interestingly going to be crazy. Whose idea is that? Who thinks of putting a winger slash fullback, a big outside back running man, in that number 9? Ndingane, will he make or break the Sharks tonight? We'll have to find out as we get into this match. A look at normality returns to the Highlanders tonight as most of the big name players come back into the team for the big game of the tour. It is the Sharks are going to be a totally different kettle of fish to the Lions, and it's going to require all the big names to come out and play. Of course, the ones that played in the match against the Lions will be given a bit of a rest here, with only Armitage backing up in the number 7 jumper. It is a big change throughout the whole team. Holgard gets the return in the number 9 jumper, of course, his native country. How will that go for him, along with Itzabeth as well, a couple of South Africans in the team. The backline, interesting difference, of course, picked out by all you guys out there. Ben Smith on the right wing, and it will be Wade taking a spot here at fullback. How's that going to affect the Highlanders? Will Wade be an adequate replacement if we face an injury crisis? Of course, no injuries yet this season, but, well, better touch some wood on that one for the Highlanders. Let's get down for kickoff, about to get underway here for the Sharks up against the Highlanders. Sexton will return to the kicking tee tonight. A week off, a rest week for him. Of course, the Highlanders have to be careful here. They can't afford to slip up, because if they do, that Crusaders team is right behind them and will really push them and possibly overtake them as we get this game underway. Round 13 of the Super Rugby competition is underway, and Ben Smith in the action instantly, and Sexton, first touch, knock on, and big mistake straight off the whistle. Jonathan Sexton. Well, that's not what the Highlanders needed. They really had their little bit of a flurry almost instantly through Ben Smith's claiming of the kickoff. Now they lose possession, and the Sharks already a little bit of a let-off. Oh, that's a good shove there. Good hit on the scrum from the Highlanders. They might fancy this, and they do. They've turned it over. Holgard will run it out. He runs into Stain. Williams, good pass to Sexton. He hangs on. Who's out there? He's sure he's still got, he still had Stowers, but the pass didn't go, and it's picked up from Lambie. And the Sharks survive. Yet another attack from the Highlanders backline. And look at this from Stain. Francois Stain gives it away outside. Oh, big high shot from Sonny Bill Williams. He is gone for 10 minutes. Whitehead was almost away. Sonny Bill's clipped him. Oh, what a start to this match. The Highlanders could have scored twice. As it is now, they are men in the bin, and it's still 0-0. They'll kick for touch, the Sharks. And we know how good Francois Stain is kicking for touch. So line up. Bismarck du Plessis will have the duties. He throws in, gives it straight to Itzabeth, and Holgard, the 2,000 South Africans in the Highlanders tonight, linking up as Fikatoa goes around the outside of Whitehead. Oh, taken late. That is a horrible tackle, but a mistake from the Sharks. Well, that is a big mistake right back from the Sharks. Into touch they went. Won't get to see a replay of that, but boy, Just putting a foot in touch from Ndingani, and it's given Coltman. Again, it's a Beath, goes to Hogard. Stowers tries to get the big feet pumping. Can't get away. Sexton pounces on the loose ball. Hogard goes around the corner for Armitage. Switching directions. But Peterson, oh, big shot there from Peterson. Jumping over the top of Armitage and forcing him into touch. Both teams really aggressive tonight. As the throw comes in, and at the back, Kankowski takes a beautiful take. And they drive forward the Sharks, although they're kind of going sideways here. Here's the ball again, Kankowski gives it away. Oh, Stain chooses to kick, and here's the tester for the Highlanders. Wade, he's gonna run. He's running away from Peterson. Oh, he runs into a thunderous tackle. But he secures the ball. That is the main thing. Alexander intercept from Stain. And a chance for the Sharks. Lambie gets drilled. Good tackle from Moen. This is the big chance here as Ndingani comes forward for the Sharks in the 22 here. Now they look left. Kankowski, big pass wide. Peterson on Stowers, steps in and goes in. Great try. The Sharks lead. And the yellow card will come to cost the Highlanders. Well, simple finish with JP Peterson. Stowers was absolutely scorching across the field. There's Kankowski, great skills. He saw Stowers flying, and just a little jink inside completely put Stowers off his balance. Lambie very slow to get up there, concerning for the Sharks. But you see Stowers just flew by. Wade was in support there, but just the finishing from JP Peterson, there's not many better than him. Francois Stain will do the kicking. Off the tee for the Sharks. Here's his first attempt, and that is a beauty. That's the secured 2 points for the Sharks, and they go 7-0 up over the Highlanders. And they will get Sonny Bill back into the team. Wow, they've really had to pay the price here. It looked like they might score, the Highlanders. But as it turns out, the Sharks have done the job here after 25 minutes. Sexton will resume the match. He goes left side. Stowers, Hogard all waiting, but it comes down nicely for Whitehead.
Release.
Oh, and that's just about turned over. Hogard on the ball. As here comes Kankowski once again. He is playing very well tonight. Here's a run from Duplessis. They thread it wide. Lambie gets held up. A good tackle from Sonny Bill. Oh, Fikatoa's turned it over the tackle. Ratulik drives forward. Good driving run from Ratulik, as you'd expect every day of the week. But the Sharks turn it over, and away they come to the left side. Oh, chipped over the top from Involvo. And Wade is back, turns. All trouble here. Alexander has to find Williams. Williams has to kick. Very little option, but not a bad result for the Highlanders. Goodness me, that was almost a catastrophe for the Highlanders in defence. They managed to work their way up near the 10-metre line here. Duplessis will throw in for the Sharks. He gets it in the front, well taken from the tweet, and there, look at this, a big bomb. Oh, it's fallen short for Stowers, is driven back.
Crouch.
What a chase from the Sharks. And with 6 minutes to go in this first half, they're hot on attack with a 5-metre scrum. Highlanders wanting to turn the scrum over again. It looks like the Sharks might do enough when they do. And Ndingani, he goes to the right, steps it back inside, beautiful ball. How close was Alberts right then? The Highlanders, can they secure this turnover? They will. Sexton, they scrum half back. It goes to Hogard, who was right on his heels there. He couldn't have gone any further or he would have been dead and goal. Here's Whitehead, back to Ndingani. This is a chance for the Sharks. Francois Stain, just short. Hot on attack here, the Sharks. Oh, are they? No, they're not. Hogard, wide, Sexton, back for Williams. Oh, he pops a beautiful ball out for Whakatoa. Inside he goes for Ofoa. Armitage, back to Retallick. Slips through one. Oh, and he throws the forward pass. What a disappointing finish. The Highlanders were looking odds on there to get a great play out of their own in goal. Not content on just kicking to touch. Their intentions are clear to score tries, but that will signal the end of the first half. The Sharks will take the lead into the break 7-0 over the Highlanders, and we can have a look at where the action has been taking place here. Possession almost dead even, 51-49. Territory though slightly in favour of the Sharks, 56-44. The interesting things though, handling errors 7-0. The Highlanders have made plenty of handling errors, and the mistake of course of the yellow card going to Sonny Bill Williams, costing them a try. How's that going to affect the second half? Can the Sharks keep their impeccable handling errors record to 0? If they can, they will go well on their way to securing a very big win here in the grand schemes of this competition. They would love to extend their stay at the top of the South African Conference. The Highlanders though, if it stays this way, if they don't get the points, well, the Crusaders may well just overtake their second spot, but still 40 minutes to go. Can the Highlanders fight back? Let's get down the second half and see what transpires. The Sharks will resume the match here, the second half. Francois Steyn to get us underway. He goes very high. Great chase from Kankowski. He has been colossal in this match already for the Sharks. And look at the reward he gets, a turnover ball. And the Sharks are instantly on attack. Steyn through the middle. Release. Number 22, he's right in front of goal. White out to Lambie, who gets hammered. Big tackle from Sexton. But nothing there for the forwards as they trudge into another ruck. Over the top Whitehead. Oh, good pass, and Volvo gets hammered. Release. Still ball for the Sharks again. Oh, Kankowski can't stop that one. A smashing hit, and the Highlanders get the ball. Moen goes away to Williams, and Williams puts on the gas. Oh, he gets smashed. But it's there Moen again, who cleans up the ball. Here's Hogarth. Oh, Williams is very slow to get up. Stowers. Oh, Stowers makes the mistake.
Advantage over.
Of all people to mess that up, it's Stowers and Volvo. Pops it away, and Nagani got hammered there as well. Here's a big shot coming in against Daniel, but now look at the Sharks are away. This is a brilliant play. The Sharks in the 22, they're camping themselves down here. Duplessis. Oh, big pass wide. Here's there we go. They've got Peterson. Peterson gets smashed. Straight into touch. Oh, the refs called that a poor tackle. And he's going to give a card. Unbelievable stuff. He is off. That is the end of Stowers. Quite remarkable, a yellow card for such a good tackle. The Sharks get the penalty. And they take the shot at goal here. Francois Steyn, he nailed one here from earlier. And he's got another one. That's a vital 2 or 3 points here for the Sharks, as they extend their lead out to 10-0. The Highlanders, all the big guns back. Well, they've failed to fire so far. They still have 25 minutes as Sexton kicks off a flat one deep into Sharks territory. Whitehead picks it up, goes for a bit of a run, gets past one, finds Steyn. Now they switch plays out to the left side. Oh, that's a good run and a good play. He finds a Volvo. And Volvo goes up against Wade and gets taken down. The Highlanders, nice dedication to this ruck, but the ball will slowly come back to the Sharks. Here's Bismarck Duplessis.
Release.
Oh, that's a poor run from Bismarck, and he's going to lose it this time. Highlanders have plenty of numbers on hand. Ben Smith, away to Ben Moen. Oh, that's a good run from Moen. Finds a forward. He finds Whakatoa. He steps but gets taken. Good tackle from Ndingani. Hogarth runs straight into traffic and throws an intercept ball. And it is away here for Daniel. And the Sharks
Release.
carry on their merry way upfield. Duplessis gives it away. Peterson again.
Advantage.
This time he's into touch. He loses the ball as well. But we'll go back for the knock-on. Must have taken place. Well, it's hard to call whether that was out or a knock-on first. But here comes Stowers. Well, I'm sure he's going to be fired up.
Touch.
A massive piece of defence, and he gets penalised for it, but he's back on the field. And the Highlanders need something special from him. It's a scrum put it. And Moen, who comes off the back himself, finds Hogarth. Oh, he gets caught. Big catch, big tackle, big defence, and a big turnover. Here come the Sharks again. Daniel giving it to Peterson. He finds support. It's there for Alberts. More ball here for Ndingane, who gets hammered. Big tackle from Armitage. And look at the support for the Highlanders here. They're really running out of time. The clock is ticking to 70 as Williams looks for Smith. Oh, good play from Ben Smith. Can he find some way through? He does. Oh, he just couldn't beat all the tacklers, and they lose the ball again. Great work from Kankowski. Who else would be the one to do that play? And Ndingane. Ball gives it short and Neville gets hammered and it's a beat, turns it over. O'Brien, wide for Fikitoa. He's looking to put some space for Stowers. Stowers has Sonny Bill. He gives the ball off to Williams and it's a try for the Highlanders. The numbers finally told on the left side. Sonny Bill makes up for the yellow. He's got a try. Stowers and Sonny Bill, two key figures, all created from the running of Fikitoa, keeping the defence guessing. And just the beautiful hands from those two, Stowers and Sonny Bill, finishing the job. Their productive left side, producing the goods here. And the Highlanders are going to make the most of these last few minutes. If anything, they may have well secured themselves a bonus point. This kick will be vital. Here's Sexton. His first real go at things here since his week off, and that is a good kick from Sexton. He gives the Highlanders right back in this match. It's 10-7 with 5 minutes to play. They've decided to finally turn up now, the Highlanders, and what have they got in store for the last 5? Oh, brilliantly taken again, Kankowski. He is an absolute machine tonight. Lambie offloads beautifully to Stain, and Stain's in the gap. Can he find his winger? Volvo was scorching outside him. Now they look for Bismarck. He goes driving through 4 tackles for finally going to ground in the tackle of Wade. The Highlanders now have to go coast to coast here. A full 100 metres. Sonny Bill gets wrapped up. A great tackle from Stain. Coltman fires a massive ball, finds Wade. Moen offloads to no one. Fikitoa and Ben Smith have to clean up. Hogarth's the only one home there for the Highlanders. This could be it. It will be surely for the Sharks. They go back and it's thumped into touch from Stain. And that'll be it. The Sharks hang on to a low-scoring affair here. And they have got the scalp of the Highlanders on their home paddock. A marginal 3-point difference here. 10-7. And that is just the second loss of the season for the Highlanders. But boy, it just shows how hard it is to win here in South Africa. Whether it be the Lions or the Sharks, anyone in between, it's never an easy thing to come away from South Africa with lots of points. The Highlanders will leave with 6 from their 2 games. Sure, they would have loved more, but most teams will be happy to leave South Africa with 6 points. As I said at the start, 5 would have been fantastic. The Highlanders go down by such a slim margin. Just couldn't get an 80-minute game underway tonight. The point scorers for the Sharks, Peterson with the try, And it was Francois Steyn with the conversion and a penalty that ultimately proved to be the difference. The Highlanders tries for Sonny Bill Williams and a conversion for Sexton. Well, what could have been for the Highlanders tonight, but the Sharks just were too good. They dominated possession nearly up to 60%, but they were over 60 for territory. They really camped themselves in the Highlanders 22 for a long period of time. The handling errors, that's a problem for the Highlanders tonight. 11 mistakes and 2 high tackles, 2 yellow cards. That's 20 minutes at least with a man down. That's not ideal at all. The line breaks, well, the Sharks won that as well. 10-7. It's not often a team beats the Highlanders in line breaks, but that's just the factor of the Sharks in South Africa. So how's that going to affect us? Where are the Crusaders coming from now? Let's check out the table and see what work the Highlanders need to do in their last few rounds of the competition. The Highlanders are given the duty of kicking off at round 14, so this is a good point once again to see where we sit evenly after exactly 13 rounds between all the teams. Let's check out the results from round 13. And the Blues kick off the start there, 55-13 over the Western Force. The Reds, big win over the Stormers. Of course, the Sharks getting the win over the Highlanders. The Waratahs bounced back, beating the Chiefs 25-22. That's a big result, and look at the one next down there, 8-7. The Bulls over the Brumbies. Wow. Not often you score only 8 points and still win a match. The Hurricanes, 33-15, rounded out against the Cheetahs. Well, the Highlanders, all on 11 between the Blues and the Highlanders here. They are still in second. But look at the Crusaders, Chiefs and Hurricanes. A game in hand, which is going to be interesting. The Crusaders are on an 8-game winning streak. And believe it or not, the Blues and the Highlanders meet in the first match of round 14. That's going to be massive in terms of where the teams finish in this season of 2015. Well, a win for the Highlanders will put them right up there with the Blues at the top of the table. In the other conferences, the Sharks, well, they're on 41 now. They're screaming ahead. The Bulls, Cheetahs, 19-16, they're really struggling. And the Stormers and Lions, well, season over for those guys. In Australia, the Reds up the top 38, but they're being caught up on the Waratahs, still close enough. Only 7 behind. Brumbies and the Rebels both on 23, and the Western Force rounded out with just 10 from their 2 wins. And that is exactly right. Round 14, the Highlanders will be facing the Blues at the Forsyth Bar Stadium. That's going to be game of the season, first versus second. Competition on the line here. The Highlanders might struggle to make the playoffs at this rate. Who would have thought the defending champions might not make it with a better squad? Oh, it's a tough game. It's a tough game. And the Highlanders have to be on top of their game to topple the league leaders. That is round 14. That'll be coming very soon. Thank you all for watching. Hope you're enjoying the career mode. Of course, keep the ideas and comments for players in the squad coming up for the next match who you'd like to see take on the Blues. And until then, I bid you a fond farewell. Thanks for watching and take care.